Dear students, myself Dr. Devashish Das Adhikari, well known as DDS sir or Devashish sir. Today I am going to discuss the thermodynamics class. I will upload a series of classes on this thermodynamics because in one class the whole subject thermodynamics cannot be covered. So I will upload the classes, a series of classes on this thermodynamics. So for getting complete knowledge on this subject, you should follow this series of classes part by part. Every part will be about 20 minutes, more or less 20 minutes. I'll try to represent all the terms, mathematical equations, proofs in easiest manner so that the class will be very interesting to you. First of all, you have to know that every examiner will expect basic knowledge from you. So first of all, you have to clear the basic things on this subject thermodynamics. If you clear the basic knowledge on this thermodynamics, then you will get a confidence. You can easily overcome any type of examinations. I think my classes will be helpful for even preliminary preparation of the GATE exams also. So students, you please follow my all the classes thoroughly. This class will help you for the preparation of various government exams, campus interview, even preliminary preparation of the GATE exams. If you clear the basic knowledge of every subject, you can overcome the written exams. You can easily face the various interviews also. So you must follow my classes. Today in this part 1, I will discuss definition of thermodynamics first, then system, surroundings, boundary, then types of system, that is open system, closed system, isolated system, adiabatic system, then property of a system, then types of properties like intensive property and extensive properties of the system, and various examples. So students, please follow the class up to the end. Students, now I am going to the discussion of various basic terms of the thermodynamics. First of all, we have to know the definition of thermodynamics. It is the branch of physical science which deals the relation between heat and work. So thermodynamics is a physics where we should consider the relation between the or transformation between the work and heat and the related temperature and the related properties, etc., etc. So that physics is named as thermodynamics. Now the first term, system. What is system? Now a quantity of matter within a prescribed boundary or a region in space. That is, our universe is an unlimited space, so we cannot concentrate the heat and work transfer in this unlimited space. So human beings has just separate a small region with a boundary, say a room, living room, which is separated by the wall, window and door from the outside. So this room is called system, and the wall, door, window, those are called the boundary, and the outside of the room is called the surroundings. Now the boundary which separating the system and surroundings, what is the boundary? Now, it is real or imaginary surface which separate the system from its surroundings. For example, in your room, the wall is the real boundary, and also when the window and doors are closed, then they are also real boundary. But when the door or window, consider this figure, when door or window they are opened, then a imaginary boundary along this wall through the door or the window, that is dotted line, this is called imaginary boundary. So this, when the window or doors will be closed, then the walls along with the window and doors will be the real boundary. So what is boundary? Now it has it has zero thickness negligible with respect to the system of surroundings, no mass, we are not considering the mass of the boundary, and volume, no volume, like that. So it is a boundary which or imaginary boundary. We should not consider the thickness of the wall or thickness of the boundary, mass of the boundary, and volume of the boundary, and it may be fixed or movable. For example, for your room, the walls, windows and doors, those are fixed, but for example for IC engine, that is petrol engine and diesel engine, piston is the movable boundary. Now the system is divided into closed system or control mass, open system or control volume, adiabatic system, isolated system, and adiabatic system. Now first of all, we are considering here closed system or control mass. When the door and windows are closed in your room, that is, the system is surrounded by the real boundary, not imaginary boundary, so that the inside mass, for example in your room, the air will not go outside, or the air from the outside will not enter into the system. That means the here energy may transfer in this closed system. Energy like a heat may transfer through the window. Say window is a glass window, so heat may transfer, but mass cannot transfer. So energy through the boundary may transfer, but the mass like air cannot transfer. That is called closed system. In this figure it is clearly written, heat is transferring, work is transferring, both the heat and work are energy, but mass is not transferred from into the system or from the system to the surroundings. Next, the open system or control volume. In this open system, when, for example, in your room, the door and windows are opened, then we will consider the volume of the room, considering the imaginary boundary along the windows and the doors. This volume in your room as well as of the system is fixed. That means this volume is called control volume, but we cannot say here control mass, because we cannot control the mass here, because as the window or doors are opened, so the mass along with the energy can transfer along the boundary. So in the open system or in control volume, boundary is not closed and has one or more openings like a window and doors, through which the mass and energy can transfer can take place. If the transfer rate is constant with respect to the time, then the open system is called steady system. Steady system means the flow is steady. That means the mass transfer rate is constant with respect to the time. In this symbolic figure, heat as well as the work in the form of energy is transferring along the through the walls, and mass also transferring through the walls. Then the isolated system, the system that is for your for example your room is so insulated that the mass as well as energy cannot transfer along the boundaries. So this type of system will be called as isolated, means the system is totally isolated from the surroundings. Next is adiabatic system. In adiabatic system is thermally insulated from its surroundings, but it can exchange the work. So in this adiabatic system, the window and doors are closed, so it is closed system. But here the difference with the closed system is, in the closed system the heat as well as work can transfer, but in case of adiabatic system heat cannot transfer. The energy in the form of heat cannot transfer along the boundaries. Only the energy in the form of work can transfer. So what is adiabatic system? The system is thermally insulated from its surroundings, but it can exchange the work. It becomes isolated system if it does not exchange work with the surroundings. Even mass is not transferring here, only the work transfer is there. Even here, if we stop the work transfer, then the system becomes isolated system. In this figure, only work is transferring, no mass transfer or no heat transfer. Next, property of a system. The definition of property of a system is any identifiable or observable characteristics of a system by which the physical condition of the system at any time may be described. That means, what are the identifiable or observable characteristics? Now, temperature we can observe, pressure, volume, density, etc. can be considered as identifiable or observable characteristics. Like here, for example, question: what is the physical condition of the room at 6 a.m.? Then say temperature is 25 degrees centigrade, pressure is 1.01 bar, and the density of the air say 0.25 kg per meter cube, etc., etc. So with these properties we can express the condition, or that is physical condition of the room as well as of the system at the time 6 a.m. Similarly, what is the physical condition of the room at 2 p.m.? Now at the 2 p.m. the temperature becomes from 25 degrees centigrade to 38 degrees centigrade, and the pressure becomes 0.1 from 1.01 bar to 1.03 bar, and the density of the air say from 0.25 kg per meter cube to 0.2 kg per meter cube. So these properties are changes with respect to the time. So these characteristics, identifiable characteristics, will express the condition, physical condition of the system as well as here the room at various times. At the time 6 a.m. there is one value of the temperature, pressure, density, etc., etc. Then at 2 p.m. the another temperature, pressure, and the density, etc., etc. So these temperature, pressure, and the pressure and the densities, etc., etc., called the property of a system. In this figure, the say at the 6 a.m. the pressure P1 and the volume V1. At the say 2 p.m. At the 6 a.m. then at the 2 p.m. then say P1 dash, P1 double dash and V1 double dash. Similarly here say at 6 p.m. then P2 and the V2. Those are called the property. Now types of properties. Types of properties are two types of properties. There are two types of properties, that is intensive property and extensive property. What is intensive property? Now property which is independent of the mass of the system. So property, for easy memorizing, the clue is intensive, independent. So intensive property is independent of the mass of the system. That means the properties which are not depending on the mass of the system, like temperature. The temperature of the room maybe at 6 a.m. 25 degrees centigrade, and of another room, another bigger room, where the mass of the air is more than the previous room. However, the temperature may be the same, say 25 degrees centigrade. So temperature is not depending upon the mass of the system. Like pressure may be 1.01 bar for the both room, whereas the mass may vary. Similarly, density is the mass per unit volume, that is kg per meter cube. You may ask me that why density becomes intensive property, because there is mass per unit volume. Because when the volume becomes constant, say 1 meter cube, then mass becomes constant. For example, for a water, a rho density 1 kg per meter cube. So always, if you take the water from one pond and if you take the water from the another pond, but when you will maintain the volume is 1 meter cube, then the density more or less fixed, that is 1 kg. So this density is not depending upon the total mass, total volume, not total mass. The density, that is mass, is not depending upon the total volume. If density will depend upon the total volume, then mass will vary. So density becomes the intensive property, that is intensive, independent of mass. Similarly, velocity, so velocity like viscosity, and another terms, note it, another terms when specific term will be used, for example specific entropy, specific enthalpy, then those properties will be taken under the intensive property. However, in case of extensive property, for example volume, energy, weight, mass, moment of entropy, enthalpy, all those depending upon the mass. Because for 1 kg volume is say 1 meter cube, for 5 kg volume becomes 5 meter cube. Similarly, for the energy, total energy for 1 kg is 1 energy, for 5 kg the energy 5 times more than the 1 kg. Similarly, weight is depending on the mass, momentum, mass is the mass into velocity. Though velocity is intensive property, but mass is multiplying here, so extensive it becomes extensive property. So here entropy of 1 kg mass and 5 kg mass will be different. And enthalpy is a total heat contained by the system. So total heat, when the system having 1 kg, then enthalpy say 1 kilojoule. 5 kg, the system when containing the 5 kg, then the enthalpy will be say 5 kilojoule. Similar, now when we will just use specific entropy, means the entropy per 1 kg mass, so 1 kg becomes fixed, then it becomes intensive property. Similarly, enthalpy, for 1 kg enthalpy and 5 kg gas enthalpies are different, but when we are considering only 1 kg mass, that becomes specific enthalpy, it becomes constant, then it will be under the intensive property. So when we will use the specific term before that entropy, enthalpy, like that, then those properties will be taken under the intensive property. Students, I hope you understand all the terms which I have discussed in this class. Further, if you have any question, please go to the comment section, write the questions, and my important advice to you that you should write all the terms, mathematical equations, all those after this class in your notebook, and revise those within at least 3 times within 3 days, so that you can memorize all this for a long time. I hope this class will be very helpful to you. If this class will be very helpful to you, please like this video, share this video to your friends, and subscribe this channel for getting the notification of the further classes when I will upload it these. So students, take care and bye bye.